Well, hey there, you're on the internet, I have some free time, and welcome to the Triple N Network, where all you newbie nib nerds can find all the news you'll need. Let's look at an ink today, shall we? Now, today's ink has actually been requested several times, and of which I've had several samples of. I know I've had at least 2, possibly 3. Noodler's Ottoman Azure, and it's a very popular ink. People absolutely love it. I absolutely loved the color when I saw a sample of it and when I've written with it. However, the reason why I've had so many samples is because I've had a lot of trouble with it, which I'll get to later. But as you can see, it's very nice medium blue. I'd say it's almost like a light medium blue, but yeah, wonderful color. People absolutely love this ink. All the tests were done in this JinHao 250. I'm not sure if it's an X250 or if it's just 250, but anyways, it has a very medium nib, very standard. By the way, these have a number 5 nib. This 750 and the 450 have a 6, so slightly smaller. Good pen. I think I got 4 for like $15, but anyways, so I got the chromatography. As you can see, there's really just blue in here, and not a lot of water resistance, but I mean some. You can definitely see where the initial spot was, and there's definitely some blue between here and the top. It's just blue, and more blue. And here's the dried version, which is not how you're supposed to do it. But as you can see, the dot is a bit darker, and what's up at the top is sort of more separated, you know, like it's all sort of together. Whereas here there's dips and things, so there you go. Thought I'd compare it to a few other blues. Now here's Ottoman Azure at the top. I think many people on the internet are probably familiar with the Goulet exclusive Liberty's Elysium, which is a very nice standard medium blue. Noodler's Blue Eel, which is the only Noodler's blue I have. I don't have the regular one, but I really like it. Diamine Majestic Blue, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get some of the sheen on here, but trust me, it's there. Famous for having a blue sheen, or sorry, a red metallic sheen. And Ackerman number 5 Shocking Blue, where there's even more sheen. So I'm definitely liking that ink. Anyways, top down in density, Clairefontaine 90 grams per square meter. Now I'm going to try and hold this very still so you can get a good look at it. It's a lovely blue, isn't it? I mean, it's really so gorgeous. And it's a nice medium blue. It's vibrant without, you know, ocular assault levels of intensity. Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't use a JinHao X250. Anyways, it's Parsons Essential and Medium. I don't know where I put it. I apologize. Oh, crap. I think I lent that to someone. Anyways, moving on. As you can see, there's great shading. 9 seconds to dry. There is a bit of a halo effect. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the red sheen in the middle of the scrubby. Doesn't seem to want to show. But there's actually not that much of it. Most of it actually absorbed into the paper. But what's nice is it didn't bleed through. You kind of get this little tiny something there. But now, the problem I had with this ink is the same thing I had with the last sample. And I think I actually got 2 samples and combined them together in the last vial. And then I ordered this. It's very dry. Every time I've tried to use it, it's very reticent. I say here that I think it has like a 3.5 out of 10 flow. It's hard to get started. It doesn't want to flow. This is a very medium pen. So is the Parsons Essential in medium. I kept it that way. I didn't alter it, even though I like my pens wet because I wanted a good tester pen. And this one really just didn't want to go. And I was so sort of surprised by it that I cleaned out both pens, you know, very intensively, used pen flush, not just water. Got out this little scrubby brush that I have. I think it's actually for dentists. You're supposed to use it to like clean your teeth. As you can see, it has these little bristles. It's very gentle. Use it to try and clean out feeds. And it didn't help. Now I remember why I brought this out. I did 1 set of tests with this pen. Cleaned it out, tried it again. Very poor showing, and then I got out the Parsons Essential, thought maybe a pen I've had longer, and it didn't help. I really want to like this ink. It's so gorgeous and people love it, and it's been requested I think 3 or 4 times now. People really love this ink, but I just had such a problem with it. I gotta fight with it, and I don't like fighting with my inks, especially standard inks. This isn't some crazy formulation. As you can see, no bleed, for that one spot where I was an idiot, so if you're not an idiot, you'll be fine. But yeah, no feathering, no spread, not a lot of water resistance. It's kind of like what we saw in the chromatography. It will make a bit of a mess. You can see that there definitely was something there, but it'll be very hard to recover. Next is the Rhodia, 80 grams per square meter. I feel like you can still see just how beautiful this blue is. It's a little bit lighter than both the standard blue and Liberty's Elysium, but it has something really nice going for it. It has good shading. Here there's sheen too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this on camera, but that'd be nice. But yeah, a little bit of that red metallic sheen. Now I think you can probably see in that F, it did not want to start, and that's pretty common. If you put it down for a second, it doesn't like to start. It took 8 seconds to dry. Again, if you're an idiot, you might get a little bleed, but other than that, oh, and the F. The F had some echo, but that's also where you get some sheen. But again, I mean, this is Rhodia. This is, you know, it's pretty slick paper usually, and it's not absorbent. You know, flow generally doesn't have a problem on here. But yeah, and again, water test, kind of a disaster, made a mess. Most of it's gone. You can tell something was there, but you probably won't be able to cover it too easily. Next is Tomoe River Paper, where again you have this beautiful blue color. I really love this color, and you have this great shading and this sort of halo effect. I mean, look at the bottom of the X versus the top, bottom of the F, top of the N. You have this great shading, and here you definitely can see some of that red metallic sheen. It's definitely there, and it's all through the letters, which is nice. 15 seconds to dry, which for a medium nib on this hydrophobic paper, not a shock. But for such a dry ink, I don't know. Yeah, no bleed, no feather, no spread. So there is some mild echo because this is very thin paper, and this is, you know, a substantial blue. Water test is pretty gone, but you'd kind of expect that from Tomoe River. It loves to just let ink wash away. Next is the world's worst 20-pound copier paper, where it took 2 seconds to dry. There's really no shading. Feathering and spread are pretty distinct. If you look at the line width, you can see how much broader that line width got. The bleed was really not impressive for a medium nib. I mean, it's all over. It's a bit everywhere. I know I'm picky, but I feel like plenty of people would not be comfortable writing on both sides, so maybe something to be cautious about. Now this is a medium nib and a dry writing ink. I would have expected better, but I mean, it's still a really lovely shade of blue. That's nice, right? But you want to see how terrible this paper is? You see that? Here, I'm going to hold it up to the light so you can kind of see the shadow through it. See that blue blob right there? The paper actually started sucking the water up. That's how awful this paper is. It's just terrible. It's like a coffee filter. It's like the chromatography paper. Good God. Anyways, because it's more absorbent, more of the ink was in there, it was harder to wash off. But there was some feathering and some exploding, and it's a mess. So, Next is Mead Notebook Paper, where it took 2.5 seconds to dry. Still a very nice shade of blue, but so there's not much shading left at all. But I mean, I'm struggling to see any at the moment, really. But yeah. Such a dry writing medium nib. I mean, it's not bad considering how cheap this paper is. And there's still a good bit of spread. I mean, I say there's no bleed, and there isn't. It doesn't make it to the other side, but there is some significant echo. But yeah, again, water test. I mean, the paper totally freaked out. But there's feathering and exploding, and it dyed the page. And here's normal Moleskine notebook paper. This isn't that freakishly well-behaved stuff. And yet, there was something going on here. I'm not going to be able to get it on camera, but you have a little bit of tiny micro halo sheens in the shading, and that's just it. There is shading on here, which really surprised me. If you look at the S at the bottom of Parsons, or the bottom of the S at the end of Parsons, and the bottom of the E, you see some feathers. It's not terrible, but it's throughout. You sort of see a bit of it everywhere. 7 seconds to dry. And maybe the C in color, you might be able to see some sheen there. But, I mean, weird stuff was going on, to say the least. It's just wonderful blue. A lot of bleed, but this is a medium. And this is terrible paper, but it's so dry writing. I kind of expected better than this, but yeah. And yeah, water test is terrible. Totally exploded, feathered, it's just a mess. So there you go, there's Noodler's Ottoman Azure. Is the color great? Yes, it is. Does it sheen? Yeah, it does. But it's so dry writing. Maybe if you have like a really wet pen, one that's almost out of control, this might be perfect for it. I mean, people love this color. Let me know if you had the same experience of it being so dry. I don't know if this is normal. But anyways, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to, I guess, contribute or vote or share your opinion, you can go over to the apology announcement invitation video and sort of look through the tests I've completed. God, I'm rambling. And request which ones you'd like me to do next before I leave. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Bye.